Yeah.
Head scratches is a big one for me in terms of like simple pleasures, but I'm happy with karaoke with friends.
Cool.
Don't need toast and don't need jelly, just want you right in my little belly. Don't need toast and don't need jelly, just want you in my little belly.
How about a...
Okay, are we all good? Okay, cool. So now we're in the Steve region. We've got comedy movies, puzzle games, the Muppets, being in nature, affection, farts, breakfast foods, and Disneyland.
Steve, this is a great list.
Thank you.
This is a phenomenal list. I agree with, there's literally not a single thing on this list. Actually, one thing is the only thing that I'm like, meh, but everything else is fantastic.
I think there's one thing in there that had I known how the game worked,
you
I
would have
probably
replaced.
changed.
You would have replaced puzzle games, wouldn't you?
No, I would have replaced farts.
Yeah, it's not gonna make it.
Because I mean, farts are so great, but like,
That's okay, they make you happy.
they make me happy.
And they make you so...
But by puzzle games, I want you guys to know I'm talking about like video games.
Like Tetris and
Oh.
stuff
Like
like
Tetris.
that. Yes,
Great,
yeah.
And
Okay,
like
that's good.
Okay, that's
maybe
important.
kind of
This is
like
good.
rock band type
Yeah,
games, and
okay.
like rhythm games.
Do you want to cross out puzzle games and put video
It's
games?
video games, yeah.
I think keeping farts is great though because
Yeah, farts should stay.
nobody laughs harder at a fart than Steve Zaragoza.
No one farts harder than Steve.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
Joe
Joe.
definitely
does.
Okay,
This is hard.
Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
Very
sorry
difficult.
guys.
Yeah,
I
this
didn't-
isn't nice at all.
Good luck.
I know mine right off the bat.
Comedy movies versus video games. What?
I'm still going comedy
You're
movies.
going comedy movies.
Because I wouldn't be where I am without them. I wouldn't, like, so much laughter. I had a very difficult childhood, and they took me through it. Mind you, I don't have hand-eye coordination for video games. I am a gamer, sure. But, I mean...
I think these days, though, I would contend that I see you angrier discussing comedy movies than a lot of other things.
I guess maybe
I don't know
I'm
if
not
it
as
sparks
positive about
joy.
the ones that do spark joy.
She had
Maybe I
some
should
pretty
tell you,
hot takes on Red Dead Redemption.
I am a gamer, sure. But...
I initially thought it was going to be comedy movies for me. Again, a great comedy movie is going to bring me to tears sometimes, but there's not a lot of great comedy. But like, you have to find the good
You're doing
ones.
a nowadays thing. I'm going comedy
all
movies
time.
of all time.
Sure, even
Because
all
if
the-
I know Steve, it's going to be like Laurel and Hardy,
But
and it's going to be stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
get-
Saddles.
I
Sorry,
get
it's gotta
lost.
be comedy movies.
I get lost for hours, sometimes 100 plus in the world of video games. They give me an
You
escape.
wouldn't
They
be
give
who
me.
you are without comedy movies.
I
You
wouldn't
think
be who I
Bratz
am.
and Beretta would happen if it wasn't for video games? Would Bratz and Beretta have happened?
Cut to Double Dragon by Barats and Beretta.
But do we have an unhealthy obsession with Double Dragons?
I think it's less about which one you think is better, and it's which one makes you happy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
which
saying.
one makes
Comedy
you
movies.
I'm voting for
Yeah.
video games because I actually spend more time in those worlds,
And you're in control of it.
and it's been a part of my
Yeah.
existence in my life.
Well, that's
And
great.
some of them
Elliot?
are as good as movies.
Agreed. I'm
Fantastic.
voting for video games.
Oh, good. Elliot Morgan.
I don't play video games. That
Zelda.
said, if
Yeah.
exactly,
It
if
doesn't
some,
matter.
I'll take the floor from here on
Thanks.
out.
Sorry.
For
Big
my
Game
answer,
Hunter,
thank you.
Cabela.
Golden Tea.
Echo the Dolphin.
Duck Game.
Spyro, a lot.
Yeah, if somebody invites me over to play video games or to watch a comedy movie, I will probably be more excited about playing video games. If they're the puzzle games, I can't do
What if
like
it's
the
like
real
a comedy
ones.
movie, like, let's say it's like The Favorite?
I just am not. I love comedies. I agree they're a huge part of all of our lives, and I love them. But I don't. In terms of like right now, in what I would want to do, like I just don't want to. There's no movie out right now or has been out in forever that I'm like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
gonna
the
be great.
community aspect
Like,
of video games. Like all of us hanging out and laughing.
Yeah,
and
the
you're allowed
hangout-
to talk.
it's more of a
Allowed to
quality
get
time
around.
thing.
The job you're
Jackbox.
doing without comedy
And also, like,
movies.
if you go see a
Yeah.
movie, you have to like,
no
you have to
one
stay
would be
quiet.
watching this
and,
film if
I
it
love
wasn't
movies,
for comedy
and I like
movies.
video
yeah,
games.
and but if you're out with like friends and you're out like in
Thank
an
God the
apartment, and then you
Valleyfolk
can
got
like
back together because they love video games.
we do a weekly
We stream every kind
Come
of.
on!
Yeah, it's video games. Yeah, because of Beat Saber. Dude, it's Beat Saber.
I'm so wrong.
Yeah. Rock Band.
Very
Beat Saber,
wrong. I'm
sorry.
Jackbox.
I'm upset.
I know.
I know.
You know
it's
what? You absolutely have a right to be upset.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me that right.
It's tough.
actually.
That's a very tough decision.
All right, this one is the hardest one, period.
It's
I
so
don't think
easy
I can
for me.
honestly, it might have to be a 2 for 2 because I honestly don't think I can do
The
it.
Muppets versus being in nature.
All of us at
It's
the same
not
time.
fair.
1, 2, 3. Being in nature.
Yeah, man. Straight up.
And honestly, that is so hard for me.
Yeah.
Know that, Steve. That was
Yeah.
so difficult.
I know it's too. It's
too different.
I know.
'Cause the
And
Muppets,
being in nature
once
could be
again.
is
Yeah,
so many.
but look
things.
at this thing we have to debate in a second. Holy crap.
It's affection.
That's so
you idiot.
funny. Yeah.
It's affection.
It's definitely it's affection. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna be a
it's
hard.
affection.
That's gonna be a tough. That thing's like a heavyweight in this bracket now. Farts are great. They're so much
They're
fun.
so-
And the winner is affection.
Affection is
most
everything.
people,
I guess
I would
it's more
say,
universal.
99% of people enjoy affection. If you're around people that enjoy farts, it's great. There's laughs. But if you're farting and there's somebody in the room that does not enjoy
not.
farts,
Yeah.
not a good time.
And I have a point to make.
Kind
on
of like
this.
if you're
I have something
kissing
to
and there's
say.
someone in the room that doesn't want the kisses.
Yeah.
I have some. I'd like to add to this
Please
conversation
do.
as well as
I
to
apologize.
in terms of the affection thing. A lot of people, their long-term problems are a result of not having enough affection. However, it's very rare that someone suffers from long-term mental challenges as a result of not having been farted on enough as a kid. And
I don't think we have the science to prove that.
I think we do. I miss my friends. Don't fart on me.
Okay, breakfast foods versus Disneyland.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? This is actually really difficult.
Yeah, this is a tough.
There's like, I'm not a huge breakfast food person, but when
Dude,
when
we went
it's
to IHOP
perfect,
today and you ordered fries and toast.
No, the toast was ours.
The toast was ours. Yeah, you took a salad.
He ordered a plate of French fries.
Yeah,
and
I
it was
did.
literally just like
It
a
was free
college
pancake
student.
day too.
it was free pancake.
Wait,
day.
it was free pancake?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know. It was super busy.
The point that I was gonna make is that there also is, it's like waking up to a hug. If somebody's cooking breakfast and they got sausage
Yeah.
and you don't know it's being made, but then
Yeah.
you wake up and
It's
and
just
you
there.
the coffee's in the air, bam.
I love
It's
breakfast foods.
so
I
nice. Go to a good
love
diner,
breakfast.
but I'm not an eggs guy. Anyways, go on. Let's talk about how much you guys love Disneyland.
I don't love it.
I mean, I'm assuming I can imagine Disney World as well, and
Yeah,
I
you're
love
fine. I
these-
think
I love
that's
these
fine.
The
things.
Disney
Yeah, I mean,
parks.
I love all of them, but yeah, I think you're right. You got me with the waking up in the morning and then you smell it. And you're
Look,
like,
it is.
oh.
I get that Disneyland
There's-
is the happiest place on earth, right? Like,
Are
but
you happier?
wonderful, yeah,
Are
I
you
mean-
happier in Disneyland or with a plate of like French toast and eggs? And a
If I
glass of
wake up
orange
to
Dude,
the
how
smell
sad
of
is it if I
breakfast
say
foods,
eggs?
yeah, I'm pretty content.
Yeah.
And
Disneyland-
Disneyland requires a certain level of patience that I don't
Yes.
necessarily have all the time.
And it's mania, and I get it, and I love it, but I just don't.
If Disneyland was like, if you get the hour early before it opens up and you have free reign, I've been there on a day
yeah,
like that.
that is actually
That's
a
amazing.
blast.
I love doing like being there with my kids, and once you get on the ride and I see their smiles and stuff, it's
Yeah, I bet
amazing.
that's great.
When my kids aren't there, it's even better because you're running around as an adult and
whatever
you're
you want.
adulting Disney, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. And you're in these different worlds.
hard.
It is frustrating though when you're in line for hours,
The
when
price of it.
you can't walk
price is
down Main Street. The price, and
They
honestly,
frown on you when you hit kids.
Steve doesn't like it when I say this.
Yeah,
The
they do.
food sucks at Disney.
No, it doesn't.
The food sucks.
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
This man ordered fries at IHOP.
Yeah.
He knows
He
good
knows.
food.
He knows cuisine.
Yeah,
He knows cuisine.
But I'm not crazy, guys. I'm not crazy. I'm voting for Disneyland.
What? Really?
It's the happiest
Oh,
place
yeah.
on earth. Are you
You're
kidding
happier
me?
in Disneyland than with a plate of
I
French toast.
started off the breakfast conversation with I'm not a huge fan of it.
I don't know,
Elliot,
man.
I think I mean, me and
I'm
I.
still with breakfast foods.
Look, okay, that is
I love
really
them
sad.
both. I'm
a
happier
little,
at Disneyland.
I'm tainted a little bit. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. I get the appeal, but I love breakfast foods,
Lee,
man.
the next time
Yeah.
we go to Disneyland, like when we go as the Valleyfolk to Disneyland,
Please,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna ask you while we're in the middle of Main Street and you see the castle all the way down at the end of the row and all the balloons and the Dapper Dans are singing like "Goodbye, my Coney Island baby," and there's like horses and carriages and children's laughter and everyone's just and the popcorn smell and the churro smell. I'm gonna ask you if that feeling standing there is still better than a plate of French toast.
See, what I'm thinking is like it's called the Flying Biscuit. It's in North Carolina, and it has this like, it's a black bean cake with like this egg on top, and it's like the salsa verde, and a biscuit on the side of it, and it is quite possibly one of the best things you'll ever have in your life.
That's right.
So yeah,
That's right,
breakfast
Elliot.
foods.
That's right. That's absolutely correct.
Whoa.
That's absolutely
I
correct.
thought you were going breakfast.
Did you change your mind after he said that? Okay.
It's magic. It's pure magic.
This
is so funny, dude.
This is the most like. This is every mom
I mean,
and dad.
this is what life boils down to,
Guys,
man.
I
Child,
cannot.
or are you an
This
adult?
is not
Video
cool.
nature.
This is not fair at all. Dude, I know what mine is, and I can't, you guys have to.
Of course, it's all right.
Being in
it's
nature.
Being in nature.
It's being in nature.
Video games, they like. You don't have to work at them. You can wake up. You
Joe,
can be naked.
You're
you can
building a world that is literally outside.
Can I say
Are you just
something
playing
really
devil's
quick?
advocate?
Can I just
Are
say
you-
something really quick? Some of my
Nature
earliest
loves
memories
me.
are being like in Tahoe with my brother, like running through the trees and pretending we were on speeder bikes
Yep.
in Return of the Jedi and like being on the back in my dad's like baby seat on his bike and like going
Yeah.
down trails. Those are like my
But-
earliest memories. But I've never, ever felt the way I've felt in some video games. It's emotional. It's
You're
deep.
not going to
It's
the right
personal.
nature. You are not going to the right
Sounds like a
nature.
personal problem. It's
Yeah.
definitely nature for
It's
me.
nature.
No, I mean like
It's nature.
I've fully cried
See,
at a
we hear
video
it.
game.
We
I have
hear
not
it.
fully
Nature.
cried
Back
at
up.
nature.
Nature. Sorry.
What are you going with, Jeff? Just
Thank
like
you. It's a really good
Well, I
point.
mean,
it's
Nature.
being in nature.
Look, I'm just saying, video games whisk you away. They're
So does nature!
Listen. They can be communal. Some of my favorite.
Sure.
Some of my favorite.
No, you know all
memories
those solo
growing up,
forests out there.
Oh, yeah.
Storytelling.
Nature.
Nature's not telling you a story.
Some of it's history,
Storytelling.
learning.
It's telling
I'm
the
just saying.
story
I'm
of
not.
time.
I'm just not dismissing the emotional power of video games, but of course I'm going with nature.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay.
course.
Wonderful.
Also,
okay.
and to bridge the gap a little bit, we're all living in a simulation anyway. So even though
God,
we're
no,
enjoying
put
it-
nature,
put it
we're
up
actually
there,
in a
put
video
up
game.
nature,
We're in
just
somebody's video
Go
game.
ahead. Just do
Yeah,
it.
it's a video game.
I'm not a sim.
All right, affection.
Affection, right?
Affection.
Versus
Sorry,
Disneyland.
affection.
Man, that affection.
That's really quickly. Affection.
That's such a
Affection.
it's such a heavy hitter.
It
Yeah.
is. It is the heaviest hitter.
It is.
It
It's
is
so
my
vague,
number
it's
one
almost yeah.
love language.
However,
affection. and
and
I
I will-
love doing it
But
too.
are you happier cuddling and kissing than being in Disneyland?
Beyond.
I will point it out that too
All
much
day
affection
long.
can be hell though.
Yeah.
When you don't want it, or somebody is
Sorry.
giving
That's
it.
when you,
You
don't
look like
want
you
it.
needed
You're-
a hug.
You're
All right.
misplacing.
Somebody's giving it and you don't want
Yeah.
it. from that
changing the
person.
definition of affection. You're saying unwanted that, but the reality is like positive
Affection
affection.
There can be
Implies-
too much of a good thing. There can be too much of all of this.
Yeah, too much Disneyland for sure, but it's 100% affection. There's no debate. Affection. Sorry. Affection and being in nature. God.
Here we go. We
affection.
got nature versus affection. So you're basically asking yourself if you had to take one out of your existence completely.
I think
Where's
it's-
your mental
I
state
think that's
gonna
the
be?
wrong way to present it. I think it's like, are you happier hugging and kissing?
One is a
or
positive
are you
generating,
happier-
because the other one's fear-based.
Right.
Mine's affection.
Dolphins
You're
in
nothing
captivity
without
kill
it. We're
themselves.
nothing
Yeah, I'm
without
gonna go
our
with
interpersonal
affection.
Dolphins what?
Dolphins in captivity kill themselves.
Frogs or no, monkeys use frogs as masturbatory devices and,
Yeah.
and
Not
kill them.
often,
And
they
kill them.
can't.
Some
They
frogs
can't.
have been known to actually change sex.
Yeah.
You know, life finds a way.
Like if you were a man, why would you be?
Right.
Nature.
It's affection.
It looks like I spelled it in like a cool French
Wow,
way.
it does.
But,
It's like
Affection.
affection. Affection. Well,
Cool.
I think this affection.
Steve, that's a great one, man.
Thank you. Remember when you guys picked baby laughs? Okay, so who's next? Okay,
My
so
girlfriend
Duh,
versus
duh, duh.
light drug use.
My girlfriend. Let's move on.
No, it's not.
No,
What are
it's
you
not
kidding?
your girlfriend.
Elliot's
No,
girlfriend
it's
doesn't make me
our.
happy.
It's our.
No.
It's
No.
It's Elliot's
No,
girlfriend.
Elliot's
Is that really what that is?